Hey folks, welcome back to the channel where we would talk about police interactions to make sure you know your rights as a citizen and also understand the legal rules for filming in public. We're highlighting some very important cases today. You'll find links to each creator's channel in the video description. Be sure to subscribe to them, watch their others' videos, and don't forget to subscribe to mine as well. Now let's jump into our first video and we'll talk more later.
You're the only one camera shy, not me.
Oh, I'm not camera shy. I have no problem with you guys videotaping me or photographing me in a public place. That's perfectly all right. Do you understand? I mean, maybe you don't understand, but you're causing fear among people that do not reason. Do you understand that? Or do you not care about that?
I don't care.
Okay, that's fine. Just understand.
No.
Understand that there are legal limits.
No.
No what?
I don't understand.
Okay, well, I'm trying to explain something to you.
No.
Okay. That's fine. I get it, guys. You're baiting us. I get it.
No.
It's fine. That's how you get off.
Nah.
That's how you get your thrills. That's cool.
Nah.
But
baiting you to do what?
This guy's opinion. He's an opinion enforcer. He's
I don't know.
enforcing his opinion.
I don't know.
You think we're baiting you, but you don't know what?
You're kind of like those guys that do the open carry, right? They know how to push it to the very edge.
You mean to their rights? They exercise their rights to the line?
No, to the edge of unlawful. And they don't really care that they create fear amongst other people. And so the cops get called when those people are experiencing fear. But you just have to, what I'm saying is that
no, we don't.
You're going to get to the line and then
we don't have to do anything.
And then we're going to arrest you. So that's
You're not going to do anything because you have no power. You're impotent.
Okay.
I'm your boss.
I
recognize.
Doubt that.
You doubt I'm your boss? Who do you think you're talking to?
I think I'm talking. Don't walk up on me.
You're talking to a law-abiding citizen. Don't walk up on you?
That's correct.
I'm standing about 4 feet from you.
Right. And according to what's called the Tuller drill, a person can transit about 21 feet before I can take defensive actions.
Take some.
I don't need to take any.
Are you scared?
Why would I be scared?
I don't know. You're the one who said don't walk up on me.
That's right. Because I'm maintaining an appropriate space where I can talk to you and you to me.
Good. So what are we baiting you to do?
I don't know. That's the question.
You don't know what we're baiting you to do?
I do. And I'm not going to continue.
I think that's a little bit disingenuous.
And again, the reason for our contact tonight is because you're causing fear amongst people within the United States Postal Service facility.
Are you being serious?
I am being absolutely serious. And I think that you're doing it for some reason that I don't understand. But I do believe that you're trying to create a disturbance.
So the disturbance is other people's feelings?
Yeah, in this point, and based upon your actions. That's correct.
All right. Feelings enforcement. You guys do any law enforcement ever?
You know, it's the 21st century, dude. Do you watch the news? Do you see what people are doing to each other now? Okay, so the point being that...
The point being you should be enforcing the law, not other people's feelings, dummy.
Right. And you know what? If you were out here to commit some mass murder and we didn't come out here and talk to you when we had an opportunity to, then the news would be saying I wasn't doing my job because I had information about people who were in fear and I didn't act upon it. So it's one of those catch-22s. We have to make contacts with people that are engaging in actions that cause people fear and alarm, and that brings us here.
Well, I have no ill intent. I'm not going to hurt anyone. I'm a law-abiding citizen.
Good.
I've never committed a crime in my life.
And that's why you're not being detained right now.
Yep. That's why you're free to go, man. You walk away anytime you want.
All right. You guys are free, too.
Thank you.
You're free to go anytime you want.
Free to stand
Awesome.
here all day long.
Yeah, you're free to be here on the sidewalk.
Free to be. That's what I am.
All right. We can do this all night. I could. It's just too much fun.
Of course, you guys are just soaking up the tax money.
I'm sure we'll be back and deal with you later if you trespass into places you're not supposed to be. Or if you cause more fear to people.
I've never committed a crime and I'm not going to.
Okay, I'm glad to hear that. There's a lot of people out here that do commit crimes, sir. And some of them engage in behaviors like you're engaging in. And so we have a tough time defining the future. Okay. Close to the public after 4 p.m. And if you're on it if you're on the premises after.
We don't need any explanation, man. Just go ahead.
Well, so here
don't eat yellow snow.
Okay.
Don't sleep with your partner's wife. Don't beat black people.
Don't kick your dog.
Don't kick your dog.
Don't run with scissors.
Don't run with scissors.
If you're
We
back
don't
on
need
the
your
park,
directives.
if you're back on the parking lot,
We don't need your directives.
this
You're dismissed.
notification
Shut your mouth, dude. Shut your mouth.
And you'll be
Go
subject-
back to
Shut
work.
your
Go back to
mouth,
work.
man. We don't give a
We don't
fuck
pay
what
you
you're
to stand
saying.
around jerking off. Go back to work.
Don't you tell?
You've now been
you're
notified,
dismissed.
and I am.
didn't
You
hear what
haven't
said.
done shit,
We
bro.
didn't hear what you said, so go away. You're
Get the
dismissed.
fuck out of here.
Don't give us any directives. We don't need to hear it.
You won't arrest
Go back to
anyone.
work. You're
You're fucking impotent.
If you walk onto
go
that
back
parking
to
lot
work.
this hour.
See ya.
Cross the street.
Dismissed.
Dangerous. Watch out. Look both ways. Don't jerk off with one hand. Get your ass back to work.
Learn your job.
Worthless piece of shit.
So in this situation, we've got a citizen journalist or an auditor doing what they believe is their right, recording in a publicly accessible area of a USPS facility. Now, under the First Amendment, that's totally cool as long as they're not in restricted zones. The courts have made it clear in cases like Glick v. Kunifi that people have the right to record public officials in public spaces. So far, the auditor's in the right. Then the cops show up because USPS employees felt uneasy being filmed. But here's the thing, feeling uncomfortable isn't the same as someone breaking the law. The officers kept pushing the idea that the auditor was causing fear, but unless that fear is tied to a real threat or criminal activity, it doesn't hold legal weight. This whole idea of enforcing feelings instead of laws? That's where the officers started overstepping. Now about trespassing, Washington law requires clear signs or direct warnings for someone to be trespassing. And from what we can tell, the auditor didn't cross into any restricted areas or ignore any lawful orders to leave, so there's no real case for trespassing here. What stands out most is how the officers escalated things. Instead of calmly explaining their concerns or just leaving once they realized no laws were being broken, they kept pushing, almost trying to provoke a reaction. That's the opposite of de-escalation. If you're ever in a situation like this, staying calm, knowing your rights, and documenting everything is key. Don't let intimidation tactics rattle you, but also avoid unnecessary confrontation. At the end of the day, it's about holding public officials accountable while staying within the law.
Oh yeah.
Hi.
Hi. I'll take a cup of water if you have one.
You want a cup of water? What
Sure.
brings you out here today? Because this is a critical facility here, and you're videotaping secure environment here.
Right. Is that something I'm allowed to do?
You can videotape and stuff like that, but realize this is restricted access here, and there's sensitive information back there, sensitive vehicles and so forth. I'll get you some water if you want to come in.
I'll wait right here if you don't mind.
So again, please stay away from the edge of the building here.
Is that a lawful order?
Well, I'm telling you that, it's suspicious when someone comes up and they're masked up, they're videotaping our building, people start getting concerns, we don't know who we're dealing with out here.
Sure.
So, we've got a lot of people that work here.
Oh yeah,
that are
that's why I'm here.
Not law enforcement.
I'm here because of all the people that work here.
Okay. Well, why is that? Excuse me one second. I got
Just hanging out.
coming off of a cold and I cough a lot. So, not contagious though.
Okay.
So,
Well-
what is your concern with people that are working here?
No concern. I'm just here because it's my right to be here.
Okay, yeah, you can be here, but realize, there's governmental operations going on here, and people are coming and going, and they're trying to do business.
Sure.
And if you're interfering with that, you start wondering what's going on.
Sure.
So,
You got a problem?
not even one.
Oh, okay. I'm just wondering why you're trying to come behind me.
Why not?
Nah, I don't know. It's your right to do so.
Just like you say you have a right to be on this property.
Right.
He has a right to go wherever he wants to on here.
Right. But that's it's a different story when he's trying to intimidate me. You see the difference? That's intimidation.
There's not an intimidation.
Yep.
What the deal is, sir, is we are out here working. And
Okay.
I don't even want someone standing in our parking lot masked up.
I understand. What's your name, sir? What's your badge number?
7875. What's your name?
7875?
Yeah.
Okay, we got a pig-headed officer right here. Whoa. So Where were we?
I'm in Tucson, Arizona. Where are you?
Same place.
Yeah. Same place. Again, what is your purpose here? You're kind of disrupting the functions of what's going on here because all of us are coming out here to see what you're doing because, again, this is out of the norm.
You don't have to come out here. You can go back in.
I'm responsible for this building here, so I'm going to be out here making sure everything's okay.
Oh, everything's fine. I'm just recording.
You are.
All I'm doing is recording, taking pictures. That's it.
Okay, that's fine.
So
you can record all you want and stuff like that, but when you start interfering with our governmental operations...
Oh, I'm not interfering.
Again, you see the signs that say no trespassing out here.
I haven't trespassed behind those signs.
Okay. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, you can tell me that I'm doing nothing wrong and walk away.
As long as you're interfering with our work here, people are concerned. We have people that are non-law enforcement that work in this building that are not cops, that don't carry guns to protect themselves.
Do they work for the public?
They work for the public.
Okay, so their rights are the same exact as yours.
Right.
Which is a perfect servant.
Right. I agree with you. They're public servants as well. They serve our public.
Sure. What's your name? What's your name and badge number, sir? Oh, you're busy now, huh?
Well, it's kind of like, we ask you your name and you just sit there and go, I don't have to give anything.
I don't. I don't work for the government. Sir, what's your name? Fernandez? What's your badge number? Fernandez? Do you have a badge number I can have?
You don't need it.
I do need it.
No.
Your videotape shows what his badge number is.
Yeah.
Shows what all our badge numbers are. It shows who we look like.
Sure.
You don't show what you look like at all.
I don't have to.
Okay, that's fine. We don't have to either.
I know. You can go put a mask on. That's not going to bother me at all.
Yeah, that's fine. What I'm going to tell you right now is don't interfere with anybody coming
Oh, I
and going
won't.
from this building.
The only one that's interfering here is you.
I'm not interfering with anything.
You're interfering from my photography I'm trying to take.
I'm standing in a parking lot that I'm authorized to be in, talking to you. You're talking to me. You're coming up here and videotaping me.
Right. I have every right to.
Yeah, that's fine. And I have every right to stand here.
Oh, of course. And I don't mind it.
And I don't mind it either.
Okay. Then we
So
both finally agree on something.
Absolutely. So what I'm telling you is don't interfere with vehicles coming and going.
You don't have to give me
with the general
directives.
public.
You don't have to give me directives. I'm not listening to them.
You're not listening to them, okay?
No, you don't have to tell me what I know.
Interfere with anybody.
It's okay. You could walk away. You could walk away,
You can
Mr.
walk away as well.
Weedman.
That's exactly right.
6414.
Exactly.
Okay. Good.
So I give you credit though. You pronounce my name correctly. Most don't. So good job on that.
Thank you.
So can I at least? My name's Tim. Can I at least have your first name?
No, sir.
Wow. Okay. Be like that. Continue your YouTube games.
Okay. You guys have a good day. I do have one more question before you leave. Well, you kind of do. You're a public servant. It's your job to answer my questions. Would anybody like to answer a question I have?
What is your question?
I would like to know where I can get a complaint form.
A complaint form. You can go
Yes.
online. ArizonaDPS.gov.
Can you get me one here? Because I don't have
Well,
online.
We do online. You have a cell phone. We do online.
Right, but I don't have a
So
printer and all that and all that good stuff.
You don't have to print it. You do everything.
It's a
online.
PDF.
Yeah, everything is online. AZDPS.gov.
I would rather fill it out and make come in here and make a copy and get a receipt that I turned it in and all that good stuff.
Our recommendations are that you do it online. That's how we do everything now.
Okay.
So,
All right. That's your recommendation, but can I get a complaint form?
you can get that online.
You don't have any here available?
I'd have to look.
Okay, I'll wait here while you look. Walk of shame. See if they let me in, guys.
Hello, can I help you?
Yes, I need to come in and get a complaint form.
Okay, the complaint forms are not a physical paper anymore. You're gonna have to do it online.
That's not true, ma'am. By law, you have to give me a complaint form.
I will let you speak to the captain again or one of the troopers, but I do not have physical copies forms, they're all online now.
Okay, so what you're saying is you can't go online and print it?
You can't.
No, you can go online and print it, right?
No, you need to go online and you can create and...
I don't have access to online printer or none of that.
There's a public library, sir. You can always do that.
I don't do public libraries.
Well, let me go ahead and get somebody that can speak to you.
Sometimes it seems like the very people meant to protect our rights are the first ones to challenge them. Imagine walking up to a public building, camera in hand, just peacefully exercising your First Amendment right to record in public. No threats, no yelling, just documenting. Then, out come officials acting like you just pulled a fire alarm. Suddenly, you're told you're suspicious, you're interfering, and you're being ordered around with no clear legal backing. It's confusing, right? You're standing on public property, doing something completely legal, and yet the way you're treated makes you feel like a criminal. One officer says, "Stay away from the edge of the building." What law is that based on? No answer. Another tells you complaint forms are only available online, even though the law requires physical forms to be available upon request. That's not just bad service, that's stonewalling. And when you ask for names and badge numbers, you get silence, mockery, or flat-out refusal. Public servants are supposed to be accountable, not hiding behind blinds like kids caught stealing cookies. In one case, the auditor politely stood outside the building asking for help and was met with suspicion just because he had a camera and wore a mask. Remember during the pandemic when that was actually encouraged? That's the kind of double standard we're dealing with here. And when you finally find someone who speaks respectfully, it's like finding an oasis in the desert. One calm officer can change the whole vibe just by sticking to the law and showing basic decency. That's really all people are asking for. Follow the law, treat us with respect, and don't make up rules as you go. These interactions aren't about creating drama. They're about holding public employees to the same standards the rest of us live by. The moment someone asks for accountability, things shouldn't spiral. Instead, it should be a chance to show the public how rights and professionalism can go hand in hand. That's how trust gets built. And that's why filming in public matters. It puts everything on the record, for everyone.
Well, you pulled around pretty quick.
Sure.
Nothing much.
You filming the lot?
Just anything I can see in public.
What is that?
Any reason? Can you step back 6 feet, please?
Oh, COVID?
Do you have a mask?
Yeah, I do. Do you have one?
No, I don't need one. It's your policy, not mine.
What's going on with you guys? Why are you filming us?
Is there a problem with that?
Yeah, why are you filming the lot?
Is there a problem with that? Is that illegal?
No.
I'm sorry? I'm sorry? Have I committed a crime?
No, just for my safety.
You need my ID for your safety?
Yes.
What was that going to do for you?
No, the flags.
No, my what?
The flags.
What's that?
You don't understand, like, the whole thing.
Flags?
No, yeah. Just for my safety, right?
I haven't committed a crime, so I don't have to ID. It's not a stop and identify state, ma'am. Can I have your name and badge?
Of course you can.
What is it?
It's 204. My last name's Cosby.
Cosby?
Cosby.
Cosby. Nice to meet you. Yeah, I have no any ill will or intent.
What's your first name?
I'm sorry?
What's your first name?
I'm not going to give it.
Why not?
Because I don't need to.
Why are you being so unpopular?
I have every right not to give you my name. I haven't committed any crime.
Well, I don't understand why you're filming the law.
It's just anything in public. You're the police department. I could film you. You're public officials.
Yep, you are.
Yes, you are. You have every right to be filmed.
But right now, the reason why I don't understand why you're filming us. It's a secure lot. That's where we were.
I'm not on it. I see the restricted sign that says no trespassing right there. I haven't stepped foot on there.
Never said I was on it. Good thing you have your mask on.
Thank you.
Policy.
It is.
So he was just filming our lot, filming me, filming you.
Okay, that's fine. I'm filming you too, sir.
Yeah, I know that.
Okay, I just legally have to tell you.
Yeah, no, I understand. Can I have your name and badge?
Yeah, it's Dawson, Dad 78.
Nice to meet you. So, what are we all doing here?
Do you live around here? I'm working.
I'm not answering any questions, ma'am.
Well, why do you want to know so much about us when you won't tell us anything about you?
I don't have to. That's the whole point. I don't need to. I'm under no law or obligation to tell you who I am. I haven't committed any crimes. I haven't stepped on your property, and I have no reason to.
See you on the sidewalk?
Of course I am.
Yeah, we crossing the street.
Yeah, she pulled out. She pulled right back in. I mean, you guys can use a threat assessment. I mean, well, that's what you're doing right now. You have every right to stop me and ask me what I'm doing. I'm just filming anything I see in public. I film public officials.
All the time?
Yeah, all the time. So you're calling 3 units in for somebody exercising a constitutionally so you're calling 3 officers for a constitutionally protected activity?
Actually, no, they showed up all by themselves.
Oh, they did? Oh, out of nowhere? Wow.
That's how I got here.
Any more behind me?
Yes.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's not happy about the numbers too right here. The numbers that are. He's being uncooperative.
Uncooperative?
Yeah.
Why? Because I don't want to answer questions?
Yes.
I don't have to.
You're being uncooperative. Yes.
Okay.
That's what that means.
It's not a crime. I mean,
He's filming the secure lot.
can I have your name and badge, please?
Yes, 179.
Name?
No, that's right.
That's not going to happen.
Oh, it is.
It's not going to happen. And you could ask all you want, but I haven't committed any crime. And until you could articulate that, I'm not giving any ID.
Okay. That's fine.
You can ask.
That's fine. So find the way right then.
Okay. Can you step back for me?
No, I can't.
What are you looking at? Cigarettes?
No, there's other ways.
My flag?
No.
That's okay. I don't care. You guys already know who I am. It doesn't really matter.
Do you do this often, my friend?
I'm not answering your question. Am I being detained?
At the moment, we're talking to you.
Am I being detained?
At the moment, yeah.
It's a very simple question.
Right now, you're being detained. We're talking to you.
Can you call a supervisor, please?
Not at the moment.
Yes, you can. You're illegally detaining me for absolutely no crime, and you can't even articulate it. So give me a supervisor.
We're talking to you.
Give me a supervisor, please. If you can't articulate your crime that I committed, then I'm going to walk away. So,
How long have you
you
been?
guys not know the law, or are you just like abusing people's powers, your powers?
How long have you been filming us for?
It's none of your fucking business. For real, it's none of your business. Because you guys, there's just a lot to do with the police department right now, and I have every right to film you. You're filming me. Am I fucking stopping you and bothering you? Am I telling you why are you filming people? Why are you filming everyone else around? I mean, there's cameras everywhere. What's the big deal? What is the big deal?
Well, you knew that going into it. You're just filming.
I know what I'm doing. I do this all the time.
Yeah, I just don't know why.
It's none of your business. It's really none of your business, and you're illegally detaining me right now. Yes, you are. You can't articulate the crime that I committed or about to commit. What is it? What is your RSA? What is the penal code that I'm committing right now?
Do you work?
What is your penal code in RSA that you're articulating the crime I committed to identify me and illegally detain me? I'm going to walk away.
When you're out in public, especially with a camera, you're going to run into people, sometimes police, who don't understand or don't like what you're doing. But here's the thing, filming in public is completely legal. You don't need a reason, and you definitely don't need to explain yourself to anyone unless you've committed a crime. In this case, a man is simply recording outside a police station, standing on a public sidewalk, not stepping on restricted property, not interfering with anyone, and suddenly, 3 officers show up questioning his every move. They ask for his name, demand ID for their safety, and even say he's detained, but never explain why. That's not how the law works. Police can't legally detain you just because you're making them uncomfortable. They need to have reasonable suspicion of a specific crime. It's like if you're taking pictures of a public building or a street scene, there's nothing wrong with that. Just because someone feels uneasy doesn't make your actions illegal. The man in this situation stays calm, knows his rights, and doesn't let the pressure shake him. That's the part that really matters, knowing your rights and standing firm. Because unfortunately, some officers will test your knowledge or try to intimidate you just to gain control. But if you're not breaking the law, you don't have to give in. Public spaces belong to the public. That includes you, your camera, and your right to record anything your eyes can see.
The concern is you're on private property, state property. It is considered private. So at this point, you are trespassing. However, move to the sidewalk, you'll be fine. No problems whatsoever, and we'll get out of here, and that's it.
Okay.
It'll be a lot safer.
I'm sorry, well, I can't. I'm having
a lot safer.
Safer for who?
For you. For you.
Oh, well, you don't need to be concerned about my safety.
We do have to.
Well, no, not really. No, not really.
Like I said, this is state property. It's considered private property.
Why is it considered private property if it's state property? How can that work?
Because this entity, the Port of Savannah, is your presence here has to have some type of business related to the port.
Okay, I do have business related to the port. I'm filming.
And you can't. You can do that, but if you just move over to the sidewalk, everything will be fine. It'll be perfectly fine. We'll leave.
Okay.
And we have procedures if you want to come out here and film. You can contact corporate communications.
I give you phone numbers and they'll give you phone numbers there. And you can
Okay.
film what you want to.
Okay. Well.
As long as you get permission, I mean, we're all good to go.
Yeah. Gosh. I don't know what to say about that because. Yeah. I mean, if a law enforcement agency is going to do a drug bust, they don't call the drug dealer and say, "Hey, we're coming. You better tidy up." You know. Why would I call anybody to tell? Why would I call anybody and tell them I am coming? Why? Why would I do that?
So you can get permission to come on.
I don't need permission.
Like I said, right here, it's considered private. I'm just letting you know. This is considered private.
It's private property by the state.
What's that?
I still don't understand how you can get private property from a state agency. How does that work? How does that work?
Listen, I'm just telling you I'm telling you what the deal is right now. Like I said, you just move over into the even in the grass area. I'm just concerned about something happening on one of those trucks and or anything, and you may get hurt. That's it. If you can respect that, I would.
Oh, well.
If you can.
You know.
You don't have to.
I could tell you not to run with scissors. You know, I feel like that's my concern for your safety as well. Don't run with scissors. Am I breaking any laws by standing here?
Now you're on private property.
You think you're breaking any laws? Standing here on private property?
Well, the first concern I have is this
Do you
is.
think you're breaking any laws?
No. No. And I can't
So if I
quite
come to stand on your property?
Excuse me.
Am I breaking any laws?
That's private property.
Oh, it is?
Yes. You could film it from a public place, I'm sure, and that would be legitimate. That'd be perfectly within your rights. Huh?
That'd be the point.
Right. This is publicly accessible. So I'm pretty sure that I'm well within my rights to stay right here. I have not gone past your no entry signs, storage, you know, hazardous, you know, unauthorized. It's pretty clear that unauthorized access is prohibited. However, I'm not trying to gain access. I am engaged in a constitutionally protected activity. It's my responsibility as a citizen of the United States to keep an eye on our public servants and to perform these kinds of audits when I want to.
Miss Public, I'll be right back.
Thank you. Ooh, that's dumb. I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Like I said, it is private property, and right now you're trespassing, okay? If you were to just move a few feet that way, everything will be fine, and we'll leave and do what you need to accomplish without hindrance, okay? But this is private property, you don't trespass.
Okay.
So, I need to issue a criminal trespass warning. All I'm saying is that I'm just officially telling you that you are trespassing.
Okay.
Okay, and you're not going to give me your name at all.
Oh, no. Mrs. Public is fine. But I still need to know what law I'm breaking by being right here.
Right now you're not, but when I tell you that you are trespassing and you continue to trespass, then you're breaking misdemeanor.
Okay. Well, unless I've committed some crime, you can't trespass me from public property.
Well, what I'm going to do is issue a criminal trespass.
Okay, but you can't trespass me from a public place until I have committed a crime.
Right. And I'm telling you.
What crime have I committed?
You're trespassing at this point.
But you can't trespass me until I've committed a crime.
Right. And I'm going to give you official notice that you are trespassing and that you're not supposed to be at this right location.
Okay, well, this is public, owned by the state, right? We've got that clear, right?
I want you to see that.
I'm sorry?
Did you report the sign over here?
Yes, I did.
Who invited you here?
I'm not in that area.
Well, doesn't matter. It's more property.
Yes, which is owned by the state.
Right.
And I'm not obstructing any entrance or exits. I'm not interfering with anybody's business.
Standing over here, don't think you're distracted. Well,
I can't.
What happened if they have
I can't hear you.
What happens if they have a wreck?
Well, I can't be responsible for their. I can't be responsible for their behavior.
You be responsible for yours.
Exactly. I'm responsible for my behavior. And right now, I am engaged in a constitutionally protected activity. Now, Title 18 U.S. Code 242 is going to tell you that by interfering with my constitutionally protected activity, that you will lose your qualified immunity and become subject to prosecution yourself. Anyone acting under any color of law that interferes with a citizen's civil rights can be charged with a felony, fined, and imprisoned, or both. So, U.S. Code 242, you're interfering with my rights. I'm perfectly within my rights to stay right here. Well within.
All right, we're going to make a phone call.
Alrighty.
A lot of people still don't realize just how important it is to understand your rights when dealing with law enforcement. In everyday situations like parking legally or filming in public, things can quickly turn into confrontations simply because someone feels uncomfortable or because an officer pushes boundaries. But here's the thing, being uncomfortable isn't a crime, and neither is standing up for your rights. We saw it clearly in this interaction. A calm, respectful person chose not to give up their Fourth and Fifth Amendment rights, and even when pressure mounted, they didn't fold. It took almost 20 minutes of back and forth just to confirm what they knew from the start. They weren't doing anything illegal, and yet there was still talk of trespassing on property owned by the state, which somehow got labeled private. That's the kind of confusion or misdirection that can lead people into giving up rights they didn't even know they had. Real talk, you don't need to be a lawyer to protect yourself, but you do need to be informed. Just like how some folks think they need permission to film public property. No, you don't. Public access means public rights. That's why videos like this matter. They're more than just content. They're lessons. Lessons in staying calm, knowing your ground, and being prepared. Because one day, you might be the one sitting in your car, getting questioned, and your freedom will depend on what you know. Learn your rights now. Don't wait until you're in the hot seat.